hosted by Matt Riches. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets. Watch the market unfold. Grand Rising. Joyous Awakenings. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. This is the pre-market briefing. It is Friday, August 14th, 2026. Happy Friday! We did have some data come out at 5:30. We'll get into that. Reddit is surging more than 12% after being selected to join the S&P. Applied Materials dropped. The Fear and Greed Index is still at 67. We'll get into it, y'all. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Before we get into the charts, let's get into the mantra. Let's get into the mindset with our mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable. I am skilled. I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, now let's get into that data we were talking about. We got core retail sales month over month forecasted at 0.2%. Instead, it came in at a negative 0.3%. And then we had retail sales month over month forecasted was 0.1%, came in negative 0.6%. Both reports missed their forecast by a wide margin. Core retail sales exclude automobile purchases and help us understand the underlying direction of consumer spending. A decline of 0.3% compared with an expected 0.2% indicates consumers spent significantly less than economists anticipated. The 0.6% decline in headline retail sales suggests broader weakness across the consumer economy. This data can be interpreted in two different ways. For the economy and the corporate earnings, weaker spending raises concerns about slowing growth, declining consumer confidence, and pressure on retailers and consumer discretionary companies. For monetary policy, weaker consumer demand may reduce inflation pressure and give the Federal Reserve less reason to raise interest rates. That helps explain why index futures can respond positively to disappointing economic data. The market may be focusing on the potential for a more accommodating Federal Reserve, even while the economic numbers themselves are weak. At 7 a.m., we have preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment forecasted at 54.7, along with preliminary University of Michigan inflation expectations. Consumer sentiment will be especially important following the weak retail sales report. It may help determine whether consumers are becoming more cautious because of inflation, employment concerns, higher borrowing costs, or uncertainty about the economy. President Trump is scheduled to speak at noon, creating another potential source of headline-driven volatility. The Fear and Greed Index is at 67. We remain firmly in greed, now more than halfway through the category. The notable contrast, investor sentiment remains optimistic, while the latest consumer spending data points toward economic weakness. Strong market momentum can continue while sentiment is in greed. However, elevated optimism can also produce crowded positioning and reduce the market's margin for disappointment. This is the time to respect momentum without abandoning discipline. All right. The VIX is at 14.50. The volatility remains exceptionally low. reflecting confidence and limited demand for market protection. The 10-year Treasury yield is at 4.63%. Gold is at $4,330 an ounce. Bitcoin is at 62,800. Ethereum is at 1,800. The market remains supported by encouraging inflation data and the possibility of less aggressive Federal Reserve. Reddit surged more than 12% because the S&P said it will allow Reddit to join the S&P 500. This change becomes effective before trading begins on Tuesday, August 18th. Reddit will replace Avalon Bay communities. Index inclusion often creates buying demand because funds tracking the S&P must purchase the incoming company shares to reflect the broader updated index. However, the initial announcement can attract momentum traders, so investors should be prepared for elevated volatility surrounding the effective date. Next, Applied Materials is down more than 5% despite reporting strong headline results. The negative reaction appears connected to extremely high investor expectations and unrealized investment losses. This is another example of why beating estimates does not guarantee a positive stock reaction. The market evaluates the results relative to the expectations already reflected in the share price. Applied Materials is an important semiconductor equipment supplier, so its results and guidance may influence sentiment around TSM, Micron, NVIDIA, and the broader chip manufacturing industry. Next, let's get into Robert Greene's Daily Law for today. Title: Leave People with a Feeling. Daily Law. Keep your eyes on the aftermath of any encounter. Think more of the feeling you leave people with, a feeling that might translate into a desire to see more of you. Most people treat the completion of a project, campaign, or attempt at persuasion as a wall. The work is finished. The gains or losses are measured, and everyone moves forward. Lyndon Johnson viewed an ending differently. To him, an ending was a door leading to the next phase of the battle. What mattered was not simply achieving a victory. What mattered was where the victory left him and how it prepared him for the next round. Johnson applied the same principle to winning voters. Instead of relying entirely on speeches, he focused on emotions people experienced after meeting him. He wanted every encounter to create a lasting emotional connection. The end of the conversation became a new beginning because the feeling remained in the voter's mind and could eventually be translated into support. In long-term investing, every earnings report and economic release leaves investors with a feeling about the future. The retail sales report leaves us with two competing impressions. Weaker consumer spending creates economic concern, but it also reduces pressure on the Federal Reserve to raise rates. Long-term investors must look beyond the immediate market reaction and consider what the data means for future revenue, profit margins, employment, and consumer demand. Do not allow one bullish candle to erase the fundamental message of a weak economic report. In day trading, the aftermath of price move often matters more than the initial move. A breakout may look powerful, but what feeling does the market leave behind? Does price hold after the breakout level, or does it immediately reject and trap buyers? Today's retail sales reaction provides a perfect example. Weak data produced an initial bullish move in the SPX. Traders must now watch whether price holds the breakout or reverses once the market begins to focus on growth concerns. Every trade should end in a way that protects your confidence, capital, and ability to execute the next setup. Stay patient, stay disciplined. Execution over emotion, process over prediction. Now let's get on these charts, y'all. First up, we have NVIDIA currently in the pre-market at $295.98. To the downside support, we got $225.06, $224.20, $223.70, $222.23. And remember, we are currently in the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone, so it won't be easy for NVIDIA to break out of this, but once it does, it's going back to all-time highs. So to the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high 226.44, 227.23, 228.95, and then the top of the zone 232.30. Next, we got Apple currently in the pre-market at 305.41. To the downside, we got 304.76, which is the pre-market low, 304.30, 302.85, 302.05, 301, and then 300 even. To the upside, we got 305.80, 306, 306.50, 307.60. And then we got a gap here at 310. Next, we got Google currently in the pre-market at 346.25. To the downside, we got the pre-market low 346.08, 344.70, 343.75, 342.50. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 347.98, 350.25, 352.65. Next, we got Microsoft currently in the pre-market at 496.80. To the downside, we got the pre-market low of 494.24, 493, 491.52, and 488.50. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 498.12, 498.55, 499.55, 501.35, 504.40. Next, we got Amazon currently in the pre-market at 265.08. To the downside, we got the pre-market low of 264.50. Underneath that, we got the top of the gap at 262. It's a huge gap, so I got a level inside the gap at 258.10, 252.90. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 265.68, 266.51, 269.58, 270.93, 271.36. Next, we got TSM currently in the pre-market at 430.66. To the downside, we got 428.02. Then we got the top of this gap at 427. The gap goes all the way to 424.91. To the upside, we got the pre-market high of 430.70, followed by 434.90, 436.04, 438, 439.65. Next, we got AVGO currently in the pre-market at 419.19. To the downside, we got the pre-market low of 417.11, 413.23. 411.41, 410.75, 407.50. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 419.80, 422.64, 424.92. Next, we got SpaceX currently in the pre-market at 143.12. To the downside, we got the pre-market low 141.95, 139.76, 137.27, 134. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 144.20, 144.95, 149.60. Next, we got Meta currently in the pre-market at 596.47. To the downside, we got the pre-market low 593, 587, 586. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 597, 600, 606.85. Next, we got Tesla currently in the pre-market at 341.35. To the downside, we got the pre-market low 340.12, 337.25, 335.19, 331.98. To the upside, we got 343.28, 348.55. Next, we got Berkshire B currently in the pre-market at 507.30. To the downside, we got the 507, which is the pre-market low, 505.50, 504.70, 501.25. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 507.88. 509, 512, 515. Next, we got Eli Lilly currently in the pre-market. It's pushing pre-market lows right now of 1,200. Underneath that, we got 1191, 1174. To the upside, we got 1,212, which is a pre-market high, 1,220, 1,228. And then MU currently in the pre-market at 986.81. It's pushing pre-market highs right now. So to the downside, we got yesterday's high of 978, and then the pre-market low 956, then 945. To the upside, we are currently in the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone. We have two zones back to back, so be aware of that. The midway point of the first zone is at 986.87. The top of that zone is 1,012, and then the top of the next zone is at 1,035. So be aware of that. Next, let's check out SPY. Currently in the pre-market at 778.61. To the downside, we got the pre-market low 777.91, 776.62, 775.45, 774.11. To the upside, we got the pre-market high, which is 778.92. And then the all-time highs. We did hit all-time highs yesterday on SPY. Let's see if we can close out the week hitting all-time highs. Next, we got QQQ currently in the pre-market at 734.21. To the downside, we got the pre-market low at 731.88. Underneath that, we got 729.86, 728.55. To the upside, it's currently pushing pre-market highs right now of 734.41. Above that, we got 735.20, 737.60. Next, we got IWM currently in the pre-market at 303.64. To the downside, we got the pre-market low at 302.97, 302.72, 302, 301.70. To the upside, we got the pre-market high at 303.86, 303.96, 304.75, and then the all-time high.
He has an incredible way to chase excellence and never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence? Not money. Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
All right, y'all. Let's check out one song for today. We're going to drop this. InvestFest was this past week, so we would drop this. Shout out to the brothers at EYL.
Trend. Dollar tickets precinct. Born in the Bay. When knowledge is different. Turn books into blueprints and game into generational wealth. This one for every earner. From the Bay to New York, let's ride. Earners, we rising, ain't grinding, no stopping. I feel with the knowledge, watch the whole squad lock in. From the Bay to New York, we building together. EYL, earners, we level up forever. Earners, we rising, ain't grinding, no stopping. I feel with the knowledge, watch the whole squad lock in. From the Bay to New York, we building together. EYL, we level up forever. Born in the Bay where the game spit fast, turn books into blueprints, build wealth that lasts. Troy and Rashad lit the spark in our minds. Financial literacy lessons refine, hustle align. Market Monday, stock knowledge supreme. Every candle tell a story, market structure stay clean. We don't chase hype, we invest with a plan. Study, learn, repeat, it's all in our hands. Earners, we rising, ain't burning, no stopping. I feel with the knowledge, watch the whole squad lock in. From the Bay to New York, we building together. EYL, earners, we level up forever. Earners, we rising, ain't grinding, no stopping. I feel with the knowledge, watch the whole squad lock in. From the Bay to New York, we building together. EYL, earners, we level up. 19 keys worldwide. Thought leader, futurist, invest in your mind, create cash, get used to it. Ain't Dunlap gives hedge fund prices. Institutional opportunity so priceless. Stocks, options, futures, we learn every lane. Patience over pressure, never gamble for the fame. Every mentor gave another piece of the map. Collaboration over competition, that's bigger than rap. It's bigger than money, it's bigger than fame. It's about the legacy of your last name. It's bigger than money, it's bigger than fame. It's about the legacy of your last name. We rising, keep grinding, no stopping. I feel with the knowledge, watch the whole squad lock in. From the Bay to New York, we building together. EYL, earners, we level up forever. Earners, we rising, keep grinding, no stopping. I feel with the knowledge, watch the whole squad lock in. From the Bay to New York, we building together. EYL, we level up forever. From the Bay to Wall Street and beyond, from learning a legacy. Earners worldwide. Let's build. Matt Richards. Peace. Blessings. Financial